So we'll fast forward a little bit into the future, and I was having a really hard time, maybe last year, 2 years ago, finding a job. You know, I was thinking I'm weak, I'm dumb, and I'm bad. So my life was kind of, I'm always doing all these projects for people, really trying to help everybody out, not helping myself out. So I wasn't making a lot of money. I was doing a lot of free jobs for people. I was a graphic designer at the time. And I felt weak, so you try things to get strong. You try to sometimes pretend you're tough, and then you convince yourself that you're not tough. And sometimes I'd bully people, even like not physically, but you can verbally bully people, or even try to tell them what to do or give them advice. It's also a form of bullying. And then I remember, because I'm weak, so I have to really prove to people that I'm strong. Or sometimes I'd actually believe that I'm so weak that I wouldn't even stand up for myself. And I met Scott through Cindy, who helped organize this event. And we were on a prayer call together in the morning. And she said, Scott's so amazing. Scott's incredible. He's like the Canadian Tony Robbins. And he hates when I say that, because I think he's cooler than Tony Robbins, you know. Scott heard about me. I did some work for him, for free, of course, because, you know, I'm bad and I have to do good things for people to make them like me. But I really liked his mission and his work. And I knew he does keynote presentations, and I saw some clips on YouTube of what he did, and I was really excited, and I'm like, this guy's great. I have to meet him. So Scott said, why don't you sit with me for 4 hours, and we'll talk about, you know, maybe how we can get you a good job, or we'll just talk about stuff. Just come over. So I sat with him in his studio. He has a green screen that he built himself, and a table and chairs. It's really awesome. And he has a 3-camera setup, which we actually brought here, and thank you to the camera people who are helping us. And we sat for 4 hours, and he kind of picked apart the things that I was thinking. And I didn't know I was thinking these things when I go through my life. They're kind of, you could say they're in the blind spot. I don't know if you guys ever drive. Your blind spot is a place that you can't see in your mirrors. It's something that you're just not aware of. So these were in my blind spot. I had no idea that I thought I was weak, I thought I was bad, and I thought I was dumb. And I live my life with this kind of thinking. Every time something comes, those 3 thoughts come. And Scott said, Mike, you're addicted to people pleasing. I said, what? He says, Mike, all the things that you do are just to make people happy. What about yourself? Do you honor yourself? I said, no, I guess not. A lot of times I take on tons of projects, stay up late at night, kill myself, and maybe I just wanted to thank you, or something very, very small. I wouldn't even take money. I just wanted to do something good because I felt bad. And Scott kind of helped me, and he decided, you know what, come work with me. I started doing more projects with Scott, and eventually he decided, Mike, you got a good heart, and that's something that I can't train in people. If you have a good heart, then that's something that you're given. It's a gift. And he says, you're not a leader yet because you're still afraid, you still think you're weak, but we can train that. I can train that into anybody. So I said, Scott, thank you. And he decided to start to mentor me. He started to teach me. And we went to our first school gig in March, which was in Peterborough, Ontario, to a school called Adam Scott. And there's 1,200 kids. And I saw Scott deliver. I was helping with the cameras. I helped him out as much as I could, and I was completely blown away by the presentation. I mean, these kids, I thought they were normal kids. I didn't know, like I remember myself from high school, and I didn't know there was so much hidden stuff and kids that we thought were normal. I mean, they're going through a lot of stuff at home that they keep buried inside. They have tons of issues, abuse, drug-related family problems at home, parents leaving, parents not being there, and I saw the real core of what's building these kids. Why are they making the actions? Because something happened in their life and they chose to make it mean something. And usually it's a blame on themselves. And so the work was incredible. We came home from Adam Scott in Peterborough, and I wanted more. I was addicted. I said, Scott, I got to go to the next one. He had a gig in New Brunswick, and it was for a First Nations health community health center. And they were adults. They weren't teenagers like yourselves. And they're going through the same issues you guys are going through. Nobody's different. Guys, we all have those negative thoughts. And we take them from when we're very kids. We decide these maybe a couple of things about ourselves, and we live the rest of our lives thinking that. And we don't know it. Every decision we make is based on a thought that we chose. And I hope I can kind of open that up, and Scott will open it up in a little bit. And We'll talk to you a little bit more about that. So we went to the health clinic. We helped these people build teams. They were arguing with each other. They didn't trust each other, and they couldn't get their accreditation, which in a hospital means you go to the next level and you're certified by the government to get more funding, and people really respect and appreciate you. And they couldn't do it without being a team. So we had to get a whole bunch of stuff out of the way. Scott did an incredible presentation. We have it on film too. I helped there, and I wanted to be there so much I paid my own way to fly to New Brunswick, which where it was from, all the way from Ontario. And I came back and I started working for Scott, like full time. We started making calls, trying to find people to help us to deliver more programs, people who were interested, companies who would want training. I mean, this kind of training can be applied to everybody because we all have the thoughts. Something happened in our lives. It didn't mean anything at the time, but we decided something. Usually it's something's wrong with me. What did I make it mean?